asked me, who is this special man? This is the Rebbe, my Rebbe, our Rebbe. He is the seventh in line of a great dynasty called the Chabad movement. His name is Rabbi Menachem Mendel Schneerson. He passed in 1994 at the age of 92 years old. He was born in 1902 in Yekotreneslav. Wow, this Rebbe was by far one of the most influential Hasidic rabbis or Jewish rabbis of the 20th century. The Rebbe himself had alone, of course, in empowering many of his emissaries to go across the entire globe and create houses of worship, educational institutions, Chabad houses worldwide that are independently operated. The Rebbe was a source of power, spiritual foundation, and teaching. Literally, the Rebbe spoke for hours on end while thousands listened to, and it was just pearls of wisdom, of Torah, of Kabbalah. The Rebbe in the late 80s did something really new, and in order to really push the concept of charity, the Rebbe stood for hours giving out dollars for every person to give charity. You know, they of course kept the Rebbe's dollar and exchanged that for another dollar and gave it to the charity, but the Rebbe stood for hours, and very uniquely, and something really incredible, the Rebbe made everybody feel that he is completely devoted and his undivided attention to them. It was actually a remarkable, miraculous thing. At the age of 90, 80, 88, 87, 85, 86, 87, the Rebbe stood for hours. It was a famous story that a woman actually asked the Rebbe. You could stand in line and actually take a minute or even less of the Rebbe's time. Of course, the secretaries were ushering you. The Rebbe was way too kind to ever tell somebody, hurry up. But a woman asked the Rebbe, really, how is it possible that you don't get tired? I mean, you're here for 10 hours a day, you're an old man. And the Rebbe really genuinely told this woman that when you're counting diamonds, you don't grow tired. Every soul is a diamond, a spark. And by the way, non-Jews, politicians, kings, queens came to the Rebbe for Rebbe's advice. And the Rebbe, with all this power and with all this respect, he emulated, and what seeped through was humbleness. The Rebbe could have been a wealthy man materialistically, but no, the Rebbe lived an extremely humble life. He was completely devoted to God. He is what we call a tzaddik, a righteous man, a leader. And yet the Rebbe always said, do all that you can do. A famous quote of the Rebbe was, Hamaisa hu ha'ikar, action is what counts. Talk is much, and I myself need to work on my action more. What we did yesterday was not enough.